So as I load up the jacket, I'll put that battery, and then just in case that one battery is not enough, I've got a second battery. And then take this off. Then I have a third battery, and I've used them all. I mean, you're traveling. I mean, these devices suck juice. I have my glasses, and then I keep my passport and travel documents in yet another separate pocket. And there's a few more pockets, pen pockets, and it says 22 some pockets and compartments all combined. And this is a new invention that we just have, is my sleeves come off, just like that. And it's really lightweight, and how's it do it? There's magnets, and hopefully it will, you hear that? Yeah. It just clips on. So when I'm coming in and out, so this whole concept is applied well beyond just this jacket. It started out as SCOTTeVEST 1.0, but now we have a women's line. I make shirts and pants with all sorts of extra pockets. So in a discreet way that you wouldn't otherwise know. So that's kind of our secret sauce, if you will. So I already did that. So we are the future of wearable computing in many respects. So you think of ourselves as like a beige box of a computer, where you put all the things inside the box, and that's how you go. So really, for thousands of years, here was our first website. It was an afterthought to come up with a website to sell direct to consumers. We had no intention. We thought we were going, this was 13 years ago when we formed our company. And we thought we were going to do catalog and traditional means, and my web designer at the time said, well, we can e-commerce enable it for another $1,000. Why don't we just go ahead and do that? I said, well, I'm not really interested, and he talked me into it, and thank God he did, because what we didn't know at the time is we were the first apparel brand to start on the internet. Now, there were a number of other apparel brands, like major brands, Land's End and whatnot, that had major catalog companies, and then they moved to the internet and started their business there. But we were the first one to go direct to the consumer on the internet. So no one has ever, I think for thousands of years, no one has thought about pockets really, and even and what you put in them. So for thousands of years, clothing has basically been for the purposes of protecting you from the elements, and then secondarily, well, it's got to be fashionable while you're going to do it. And then after that, they said, well, let's throw on some pockets, without really thinking about what are you putting in your pocket. When you get in and out of a sports car or a car, or you're going skiing, you don't want to make sure your devices don't fall out. You want to make sure they don't bulge. You want to make sure that it's not bulky and it's balanced. And no one has ever thought of that. So we are really thinking about the end user experience for clothing, and no one really has considered that. So, what we view is the opportunity that the internet offers us is very similar to the experience that one might have with their butcher, 40 some years ago. You walk in, you personally identify with that guy who sells you your meat. You might not like him, but you respect him, you trust him, and you have a personal relationship with him. So we have that ability using video and the personal interaction of, if you go to my website, which I hope you will all visit, you'll see I am there. It's customers, when they buy, they feel that they're buying from me throughout the process. But we really care about our customers, and we encourage them to submit pictures of themselves wearing their garments in all sorts of experiences. It's amazing how many other companies, especially online, really forget to do that. We like to interact with those people who support us, and we use their photos. So, sometimes, the customer isn't always right. When you have interactions with people on a personal level, some customers, we have a saying that, the customer is always right except when they're not. When they treat my employees wrong, or without respect, or try to be abusive, I don't know if you ever saw that Seinfeld episode, The Soup Nazi?
Yeah.
I have literally, told someone, no SCOTTeVEST for you, and they get pretty upset about it. So, Some really fantastic experiences when we first started our business in 2013, or 2000, in 2000, it's 13 years ago. Unbeknownst to me, my credit card company called all of our customers to make sure that we were actually fulfilling our orders. I was a little perturbed that they would do that, but they have certain security risks. They want to make sure it's a new business model, and they called me up to tell me that they were doing that after they had done that, and they said, listen, we really don't ever even call companies up to let them know that we've done this, but we had such a unique experience in calling your customers up. We wanted to share it with you. We could not get your customers off the phone. They were all wanting to say how enthusiastic they were about the product, and this is just an operator wanting to make sure that they really made the charge. So that was a fantastic experiences. But it hasn't been without some failures along the way and some attempts to create a customer experience that we thought made intuitive sense that proved not to. In this case, this was one of the things about our buying process is that you can't get a sense for how cool and how many features it is without really seeing it, touching it in person. So we created this fabulous, at the time, flash demo that you clicked on all these different features and it twisted and turned and video would present, and it cost, I think, $20,000 to build it for one product, and we were so enthusiastic that we thought we were going to implement this for all the products. But what we discovered is that the conversion rate went down significantly by offering this experience to the customers. And can anyone guess why that might be? It really stumped us. We couldn't figure it out. Ultimately, we just gathered that the customers got so lost in that experience that they just never made a purchase. They were just playing with the tool, and I mean, it would do a lot, and they just never finally made that purchase. So it was kind of interesting. So we took it down, and it's buried deep in there somewhere. So customers inspire our innovations. This pocket here that I showed you here is with the clear touch fabric that enables you to control the device. That was actually inspired by one of our customers, who said this is a great idea. So we filed for a patent, and we're sharing the patent with him. It's a blogger out of named Documentally. He's fairly influential in London. So you have to listen to your customers, and that's how we constantly evolve our products. So we feel that humor is key. People relate to humor and the personal touch. So every time, and video feels very personal. So after an order is placed, you get to the last screen, you press submit, confirm your details, and this is what you see. Thanks for the order. I think you're really going to like it. Let me get it to you right away. So we did a lot of stuff like that, and I do video blogs, and I answer customers personally as well. If a customer tweets something and about a problem, an issue, or they're excited, oftentimes I'll take my camera wherever I am. I've done it in Australia many times, and and I just give them a response. They're blown away, and it's so simple. It takes me 10 seconds to do that, and oftentimes people really don't think about it. All our frequently asked questions section, that's written out, but if you want to click on a video, I'm explaining it. We have a full green screen studio. It didn't take that much to set it up, and as you can see, some of these are in my house, and it doesn't have to be fully scripted. I think a lot of people get stuck on let's make it into the perfect experience rather than getting it out there. So on the videos that I do for the customers, no SCOTTeVEST for you, there's a little program, it's called Mail VU, and you can set it to self-destruct after one viewing. So I tell them politely, or maybe depending on my mood, not so politely, that I don't appreciate the way they treated my customer service representative, and at the end of the video, it blows up. They're like, I can't wait to send this to someone else. I mentioned that we requested photos of customers wearing our stuff, but I didn't mention that we received thousands of them. several years ago when we were doing a catalog and we had a bunch of pictures of me and my wife and people that worked for us and anyone we could grab, and we said, this is silly. Let's try to get pictures of our customers wearing our products. So we sent out a request, and we actually almost had the catalog completed. And within 3 weeks, thousands of pictures, so much that we actually shifted the focus of our company. At that time, we were very much gadget oriented, talking about gadgets, and all these photos were of people traveling. And we said, well, our customers are telling us something, that they view our product primarily as a travel clothing company. So we shifted the catalog, redid it, reskinned it from black to white and travel scenes. And a lot of people thought we were being cheap by getting free photos of our fans. But if you can imagine how difficult it was to collate and get better resolution and the back and forth and the releases, it actually cost us a great deal more. But so that was our fan-only catalog. We have some pretty influential fans and customers as well. I don't know if you recognize Steve Wozniak, who is the co-founder of Apple. Happened to place an order directly from our website a long time ago, and my wife was processing the orders and said, Scott, you're going to want to see this. And sure enough, it was him, and I emailed him right away. Thank you so much. I'm a huge fan. He writes back immediately, like within seconds. No problem. This is a great accessory for an iPod. This is before iPhones. I said, can I use it on my website? Can I use that on my website, your quote? And he said, sure. And as a result, we shot a bunch of what we call wazisodes together and videos. And this is a picture I took right before I